Hold on, dude. Hold on, no. You wanna pause right and start it first?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
we can do it. Yeah. Come on.
I don't know. I got excited with the freestyle. I don't know how to rap.
Hold on, Rex what's up, Rex? What's going on?
Oh, that's
okay.
right. That's right.
Okay. Oh, okay.
We need a mic check.
Yeah.
Keep it like that. Just don't touch it. I bet.
Okay. Thank you, Rex. Thank you. Okay. We're gonna don't blink.
Yeah. All right, my bad, guys. I started off too quick here.
No, we was excited. We was in the moment. It might start like this. We might not even tweak
Might not even edit this shit right here.
But let's go.
All right, we ready? All right.
Sporting touch of hands. Round number 1. There's that fast start, and that is the fastest knockout in bare knuckle fighting championship.
Hey, mama, no born in the Bronx, raised in Dade. Been in the city since Pit had braids. Bahapanti parties, but I know how to sneak me out. Now it's 7-figure meetings every day. We leave the house. It's game time. The game's mine. You know the vibe. Yo, viajado el mundo entero, repping 305.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Don't Blink Podcast. You know I got the kid in the building.
You know we in here, baby.
Man, today we got Mike Swift in the building.
Yes.
AKA Pinoy Hoops, right?
Yes,
Did I say
sir.
that right?
Yes, you
All
did.
right,
Yes, you
man.
did.
Hey, great to have you here, man.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
man.
no problem. I actually have been looking at your work, man. Amazing things you do, man.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that. I appreciate
Dope.
that.
Yeah, I'm huge into art.
Yep.
And actually today you posted something. It was like it looked like a drone shot of a court with like a snake and a parrot on it, right?
Yes.
Sick.
We called it the Jungle Dome. That
Yeah,
one.
where is that? It looks like a jungle.
That one is near where I'm originally from, actually. So usually I just be riding around, you know what I'm saying, blazing some trees, looking for some cool basketball courts that we could paint, because I landed a deal to be able to help give back and make these courts look more beautiful through paint with Nippon, right? So that's one of the courts that I was able to pass by and bless with our presence. And if you see, there was like a Venice Beach logo in the middle, because my man's from Venice Beach that do the big leagues there. He be going around with the same passion. So there's like an alliance and a crew of people that been doing this basketball art for a while, and we're all good friends. So he was in the Philippines, and that was one of the courts that he and I collaborated with, and that was the second time of me coming back to it. So we be like that, just build like what y'all doing. I'm watching y'all. Y'all community based, and y'all down here in Florida. And you know, I don't know what dragged me here, how I ended up being here, but I got my suitcase downstairs. I'm on a float going around the world, and to be able to look into y'all histories and past make me grow as a person.
Yeah, thank you,
Man,
You
appreciate
beasting-
that.
Thank you.
You beasting in that ring, B, you know, that takes a lot of discipline to be
absolutely.
that kind of athlete, man, you know.
Thank you, man.
Damn,
Thank you, thank you.
he's in here. I like it. I like the energy. I'm loving the energy already.
I love the energy. I love the flow that you go on with life. And you said
Hell yeah.
you touched on something big. The first couple words you said is you giving back, and that's why you're doing the pain. And we huge on giving back here.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
us and our team, we do anything we can to give back. Whenever we can get involved in something, we do that. So that's huge. Our show is, we like to highlight our guests and let people know how you got to where you're at today, how you got into this flow. So where did everything start? Where were you born and raised at?
I was born in Lipa City, Philippines, and then I spent my younger days there being, my mom's emigrated to Nigeria first to be a teacher, to teach English, to like a missionary. She's just there to teach and stuff in Nigeria, and she's Filipino, so I was already tough, but she then found a way to go to America and then brought me into America. I was grade 2 in public school in PS 253 in Brooklyn, coming from the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? The language barrier is
You
is
never
different.
went to Nigeria with her?
I never went to
She
Nigeria.
for
She
work.
went there and kind of bounced to be able to go to Texas first, then New Jersey, and then New York, and then Brooklyn.
Damn.
And then dragged me. Not dragged. I can't say she dragged me. But
Thank God she dragged you.
I guess dragged me because at 9 years old, I was already smoking weed in the Philippines,
shit.
smoking cigarettes, fighting, and doing all these things because nobody was there to watch me as a youngin'.
Yeah.
And that's what I meant by drag me. Like, yo, get your ass over here to America and get your life.
Get
in the
your life
right track
together,
with
yeah.
your mom. You know what I'm saying? So she kind of paved that way for us to be in America, and me and my sister. And that's why I'm in Florida, by the way. I get to see my sister's home that she bought out here, and that I celebrate because she came just like me from nothing. Know what I mean? Grinding it out as illegal aliens in New York City. So I started off as a tourist in New York City. For us to be able to go to New York, we had to be like, we're visiting. We had to act rich and put these paperworks together to act like we own land and do this. So they know that if you go to America, oh, they're rich, they're not going to go there and work there and stuff like that. Wrong.
Jokes on you.
Well, that was my beginnings. Don't haunt me now. Be like,
no, you legit now.
Be like, get your ass over here. That's
nah,
how
you
I
legit
started
now.
out.
You legit now. You legit now.
So I came from that kind of background where, all right, you know, we Filipinos, we Asians. It's tough for black and brown, I guess, being minorities. That's always part of the story, especially if you're an illegal alien.
Yeah.
You can't get paperwork that like citizens could, like free lunch or free schooling all the way down to college, you know. So I came up like, you know, I'm sure a lot can relate, just floating around, jobs here, job there, what I'm going to do in life. Let me peddle a little bit of tree here. Let me work over here. I landed here, met some good people here, and now I want to be in this hip-hop motherfucking world.
Nice.
Because I'm in New York City. And my friends that I grew up with, Yeshua the Poet, who's Colombian, has a classic record through Fondling Records, which Babito Garcia ran. And at that time, MF Doom, Company Flow, some really legendary underground hip-hop greats was a part of that whole movement, right? So we had that person in our community to kind of lead the way there, and he was my friend. And I was like, I love that scene. And he would take me to these hip-hop shows in the city in New York, and you would see just like Mos Def out of nowhere. He'd just be on the sidewalk freestyling, and Wordsworth, LP, and you know, then you get involved in that whole community of underground hip-hop that you don't even see in the mainstream or nobody knows about, but you know it's fun, it's growing, and that's my world. That's like, oh, this is my world. People freestyling like that. Walking in here was so natural to me, you know what I mean? That was just natural to me. Just to see that and jump into that kind of thing.
And then how old were you? How old were you when you got introduced to the hip? As soon as you came to New York, you was like what, 10? Right?
9. I was 9, yeah. Going on 10.
Yeah.
And then and the ill thing with that is when you're in New York, you just don't know that you fall right into the lap of the mecca of hip hop. Like, so without even explaining, it's just natural for you to soak up that these are my friends and these are what I like. And I'm starting, and from the Philippines, I was a B-boy. Philippines are always never kind of seen in the scene, but we're always something big behind it. Like the DJs are all Filipinos, you know what I'm saying? Q-Bert to like all the B-boys. There's a lot of B-boy grades and stuff like that. So in the Philippines, the hip hop culture is rich also, but it just kind of reflects differently, you know what I'm saying? It's like, boom, there's rap scene over there, and it just created its own culture. And that's what, I guess, growing up in Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, and learning the music scene, that, oh shit, there could be money in this. At first, I came into it because I like the money part. So I'm a label owner. So when you look up my name in Google, and I hate the Wikipedia shit that they explain about me.
Yeah, we need to tweak it. We need to tweak it. They need to tweak it.
They definitely need to tweak it, or I need to send them something and say, yo, this shit is old, but it's a fact that I'm the first Filipino with his own independent record label in America. So I hold that proudly because it's
What's the
fact.
name of it? Yeah.
Headbop Music.
Headbop.
So we put out, you know, I put out like 10 vinyls in my young days, and I thought that.
How old are you, bro?
Me?
Yeah.
You
got that good Filipino skin, bro.
Yes, you know, we in showbiz. We ain't gonna blurt that out right now and lose a couple of bucks. But I'm fucking 20 son. Depends when and where you asking
Who said
from.
what?
This is what I always say.
I'm just asking because you said vinyls. That's old school.
Yeah, it is super old school.
Classic.
From vinyls, we went to CDs, DVDs,
right,
and PCs to live stream. You know what I'm saying? Now it's metaverse.
Right.
No, you got a water right there. Yeah, you got a water right there. You got one right there.
Yeah, let me get a sip of this because you know.
Damn, we talking about metaverse, bro. We about to paint a basketball court in the metaverse.
Hey, we could go there because that's what I'm at today. So you want me to continue that?
Absolutely.
That tunnel right there?
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that shit was dope.
So I go in and I learned that I can put out vinyl, but you know, in the most independent way. Let's put our money together. Boom. let's go out and get it incorporated. Headbop Incorporated, official, 1998. The first Filipino with a Puerto Rican, Porcho Almodovar. Gotta shout him out, because then when they watch this shit, they gonna love me for it, because I ain't forget him. Yeshua the Poet, Colombian, straight fucking legendary. So us three started, put 1,500 each, kind of just have the foundation of the business. But come on, you're a teenager, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit is tight that you're already like that, like thinking like that, and already kind of committed to the hip hop community. That's what we're gonna do. And then you know, you get the white vinyls, you buy the stickers, you slap it on, you pick it up from Connecticut. You know, the vinyls are heavy. You rent the van. I'm usually like, you know, since I'm like there. I wasn't a rapper then, you know what I'm saying? I was just an undercover rapper. Like, I would just be, you know, I like
more
this
of a businessman at the time.
Yeah,
You
I
was
was like
developing
trying to,
more.
I'm not going to be like, I didn't want to go the route that the regular Filipinos would go, like, you know what I'm saying, and then work that route of 9 to 5. I had a whole different mind state, and being around the hip-hop scene, you could see that there was something new about it. And there was something possible about it, because I'm seeing things happening, but it wasn't even money yet. It was just like possibilities to escape that life. It's like, I don't want to go. I'll just go here and roll with this one. But I like this part that we can be in business and we could make money. You know what I'm saying, off this, because I know about making money, because I come from a background when I was in the Philippines before going to America, that my father is every day, all day in the cockfighting rings in the Philippines, and I live like a few blocks from there, and I grew up there selling cigarettes and peanuts and knowing the value of work and money. You work this, you get money. So I always work, you know. I always kind of work things or hustle things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you turned the cigarettes into vinyls and started selling that.
Exactly.
That's it. That's what it was. It was just like seeing that you can do that. Like, oh, you can package this and you pay this much, and then you could sell it for this much, so you just got to make it look nice for people to get it. But when you don't have the money, how you make it look nice is the challenge.
Yeah.
Shit, we only got this, so our money is only for stickers that got one color, bro. We can't even put 2 colors. So you got to go through shit like that, and then you learn, and then we learned that our shit was hot. Fat Beats took it. We had no distribution, but we went like, yo, what's up? We know that you work here, Eclipse. You know you work here. We know. So you working it, and then they say, okay, we'll carry this much and this much. And you know it's hot because it went out. 3,000 went out. Okay, let's go get more. Wait, you can't just get, we got to wait for our money. Our money's in 3 months. They don't pay right away. You know what I'm saying? So you learn that timing too is of essence. You lose that little gap, you fall right behind, because there goes these other guys in the same kind of flow, and they getting their millions. They got 1 million North Carolina distributions. They don't, and we like, yo, we got to get our shit hot and popping. Oh, we fell behind. We fell short. Boom.
Damn. Yeah.
All right, so all right, let's go to our next vinyls. But vinyls is already like lingering out, but we learned to tour with them. So that's the second step that I learned in this music shit that we can do. So all right, let's go to motherfucking What You Need Tour 2001. Let's go half of America and parts of Canada. First stop, Buffalo. No, first stop, it was Toronto. So we were going out first.
Dope.
Yeah.
From Brooklyn, right? We're going out first. Okay, 12-person van. Boom. I'm in charge of driving most of the time. I'm the label owner. I'm the driver also, because a lot of the guys are performers. Yeshua, the label owner, is a performer. Bocho in charge of the merch count and everything else. Bouncer. And, you know, it's just multitasking everybody. We Be Foolish. My crew is right there. Subcon, Ace Lover. That was our crew right there. That we toured with that. And we went to Toronto first, Much Music, Rhyme Fest, guys from Rockers. So people was in, you know. We were the people who could have made it, or just almost barely right there.
That was right there.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll go over here. But the first lesson I learned going on that tour is, motherfucker, you didn't even leave Brooklyn yet, and you already got pulled over riding fast, so excited. And you got 2 months. You got 2 months of tour. You ain't leaving. You're 12 people, and your shit is heavy, and you're going, oh shit, I can't really control it. They're going fast.
Yeah. Oh,
Boop,
man.
pulls over. But you know what I learned? It's like, yo, dude, you're just starting. You got a long trip. You got a lot of people in your ride. It's heavy. You don't sleep. Don't sleep on mishaps and accidents, dog.
Yeah.
And that was already a mishap.
At least you had that in your mind. That's smart to do that. You know what I mean? A lot of people would have kept riding the same way.
Yeah, but the only reason why it caught my mind is I got pulled over and I was going, oh, wow, you know what I mean?
Sir, you got to slow down a little bit. Yeah.
And you know what was the hurt there? Because we're trying to make money on the tour, and what did I do on the first stop?
Spend money.
Yeah.
Negative.
Yeah.
All right. So that's already learned lesson, right? I go to the next one. What's the next one? Oh, we gonna go cross Canada now. But the thing with Canada is you gotta pay tax for all your shit that you cross. You go across, and you better not smell like weed in your van. That's two things you better freaking be aware of.
Yeah.
So we go and we contemplating if we should leave all the vinyl and all the heavy stuff in a hotel in Buffalo, because we realized it's like a rule like that to cross. But we didn't. They had to tax us for all that stuff, or they'll take it and put the dogs in the van and be like, and be scared. And then either you lose all your stuff, which is our first stop for 2 months. So all our vinyls. So it's still heavy. So you got to pay a lot of tax for all of that. Damn. We go backwards again. So the energy of the tour of the people were like this.
It started off on the bottom.
Yeah, they already.
They're like on the pouting, but you know, pouting and rock star at the same time.
Yeah.
But I'm an optimist, motherfucker. Everything to me was a lesson, and everything to me was like, you know what, man? And when I came back from that 2 months, when people around me was tired, I can't wait to refresh and use what I learned in the tour, because I learned that you can make money off this. We didn't make money because of all the mistakes, but if we ain't make all those mistakes, there's a possible. And the people that I met are like Rhymefest. He wrote Jesus Walks with Kanye. You know, just people along the way that eventually became someone. I'm like, oh, I'm in the right track. You know what I'm saying?
You're surrounded by the right people for sure.
So yeah, it gets to that point, and then I realized that, you know, I'm putting money for people. Like on people, I'm betting on people. Damn, I bet wrong on my people because this one's lazy, this one's this. And I'm like, man, I keep betting money on the wrong thing, man. Let me just bet it on me now.
Yeah.
I learned to rap.
Let's go.
I looked at it like there's a space for me, which is Tagalog, Filipino, New York City, experience. Let me just go there. At least I have something there. Plus, I want to know my roots. I'm over here claiming Filipino. I want to fight for them. I don't even really know them. You know what I'm saying? So let me get to know them, starting by that. And that, I guess, to make that long story shorter, I went to the Philippines and took a crack at it from with the blessings of a guy named Francis M. and Andrew E. Those are the top dogs. So that's when I say there's different cultures that go in other places, and no matter what the origins are, whether it came from KRS-One, Kool Herc, and everyone else that put on their contributions in different countries or different sections, I've learned, especially in the Philippines, that you can't change the culture that started, that reflected from here, and force them to be who they are not. Like, don't do what basically America do for you to feel like you involved in hip hop. Yeah. You be involved in hip hop, but you just be yourself and you know. Process.
Yeah, embrace it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where my.
That's dope. So when you went to the Philippines, you toured over there with the music.
Yeah, that was my first. I'm all in with the music there. I was like, I'm hot too in New York, meaning like your cops pulling me over, man. You know, I'm just selling trees, man. They're knocking on my door. And then I already did a mixtape that was perfect timing around that time. And I made a friend named Francis M. when he toured in America, and he said, go there. He was playing my songs in the radio. And I went all in. And I went to visit my pops. And I was like, yo, I'm going to go here. I'm going to do some rap things. And he was like, yeah, do your thing. Like always, you know what I'm saying? So,
and I know the Filipino community must have loved you at first. You know, I mean, not at first. They love their people, and especially when their people are bringing like American style stuff over there, right?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
Yeah,
until that's why people that come from here sometimes to get it in over there, it's cool when they go there for a little bit of time. Yeah, but to really go in there, you become one of them, and you become a competition because now you're taking another person's spot. Just trying to make it, and it's a small space. Not everybody is smaller than, you know what I'm saying, than other countries is the smallest.
Right. Yeah, it's a small space.
Know what I mean? So if you got to go in there, you got to go there saying, I'm going backwards and I'm showing respect.
Right.
So I came there with that. That's why I met the Kings first. Before I dealt with anybody else in the scene, I made sure I got the vouch from the Kings, which is Andrew E. and Francis M. And that I did. And when I did that, I felt like I respectfully went backwards even more and say, who did this? Who was the first to do that? Even though deep in my mind, compared to where I grew up, y'all shit is whack as fuck. I can't say that.
Right.
I got to learn how to be able to help them catch up.
Absolutely.
And people that came there with the attitude of you're lesser than me because I come here and I'm from America, ha ha ha.
That don't work.
You get washed. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing about the music game too is something might be whack to you, but it's great to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
That's the way it goes.
Absolutely.
Somebody's art might be whack here, but next door they love it.
Yeah,
so
just celebrate what you like, basically, right? You know what I mean? Don't hate on what you don't, because you get to learn like that. People got different perspectives, because some people be like, but we want the quality of our music to be like this, so we have to be hard on them. And I'd be like, damn, but they don't understand it, because I'm there, and I also come from here now. I come from here and come from here, so I can't lean on. I got to be able to defend both, because both of y'all got the right point, because I lived both somehow, you know? The English, American, and then the Tagalog speaking. I get to speak Tagalog. I get to rock my Brooklyn shit, and, you know, so I understand, and that goes through ball players. Ball players in the Philippines that were professionals, they were like English speaking, and then the Tagalog locals over there, it's like exactly like I said with rap. They come in here to take another person's job.
Yeah.
So, but they just, I come to realize it's also just a language barrier.
Right.
That too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, people can't speak English too well, so it's like, and they don't want to speak like that in that way. So they feel like there's like something that gets off key when you start thing. It took a while for it to get better. You know what I'm saying? It took a while for it to get better, and that's what it is till now. It's just, let's make this better. I mean,
that's dope. That's dope. And let me ask you, were you into graffiti when you moved over to New York?
I was with friends that were into it,
because I know it's huge over there too.
Yeah, I'll be following them. They just be tagging them, and I just be hanging out, drinking on the side of them while they make their runs. I grew up basically right by the railroad track, so it's like, if this is my window, it's like 5 feet away. It's like, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up like that, right by the subway, running those tracks. Yeah, I'm around it, but I wasn't succumbed to that like part of life, like the graph. I would just have friends and that were just, you guys are, that's what you do.
Well, you know, hip hop and graffiti too also kind of go hand in hand as the arts. But the reason I ask is because to see how you got into the art, you know, part of it. How'd you get into like painting and drawing?
Like, you're talking about the basketball courts.
Right.
So the basketball courts, is because I love basketball, growing up in New York City. But besides New York City, it's the Philippines that introduced me to basketball before heading to New York City. And it was basketball that allowed me to make friends so easily without knowing how to speak English well enough.
Right, it opened those doors, right?
Because you don't need to speak when you're bouncing the ball and you're like, I shoot better than you and I dribble better than you. And I gotta say, you're gonna pick me first. You know what I'm saying? And that was the vibe. And that's why I say basketball and b-boying, hip-hop, got me into the community outside the Filipino community, that the little that we had in Brighton Beach, Brooklyn. And it had me tuned into, you know, when New York City is a melting pot of all kinds of races. Like, I got Pakistan friends, Russian friends, Yugoslavian friends, you know, Vietnamese, Cambodian, and they all say the N-word. You know, they all, it's like, yo, my Iggy, yo, my ninja, my ninja. So it's wild over there growing up like that, but it's all like you're gonna see hip hop heavy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I seen you linked up with I seen you something on you posted, you had linked up with LeBron James, right?
Yeah.
He came over to the Philippines.
Crazy, right?
That's dope. That's dope. That's huge, man. That's huge. And how did you get linked up with him? Through your art?
You could say through the art. You could say through the art. You could say everything all connected. Hip hop, art, basketball, And I'm not going to leave this one out. Weed smoking, cannabis. Cannabis is something that I'm fighting for heavy while I'm in California that I can't do freely while I'm in the Philippines. And I'm not just saying, yo, because we want to smoke and get high in the streets and fucking wild out and do this and have fun and be relaxed. And more like, yo, stop locking up my dudes. Stop killing our dudes and stop making money off these dudes that just smoking weed. That's it. That's number one for me. Others fight it for medicinal. Others fight it. That's their main fight. And I do it. I join that too because that's important as well because for me it's medicinal. I mean, I did it. I snuck my way last 14 years out in the Philippines. Sorry. Sorry. When I get back at the airport, you ain't got to blood test me. It's all good. I came from Cali. It's legal over there. You know what I mean?
But is it illegal in the Philippines? Weed is a no-go.
No, it's such a no-no. It's not only it's not legal, but it's demonized.
Yeah.
If you say weed or smell, you drug addict, that you're a killer, you're gonna make you do things that So
I'm Cuban, and I grew up in that fashion where, like, I guess Hispanic, like a lot of Hispanics are like that too, where drugs are like the devil. You know what I mean? No matter if it's weed or cocaine, it's basically the same thing to them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But those that smoke and those that do, they already know the difference. But you know what I'm saying? It's a little different. The other one's party. The other one's chill.
Hey, and let me ask you: do you just do art on basketball courts, or you do canvases and stuff too?
We do. I'm not the greatest art kind of person. If I show you the last thing I did, you're gonna be like, "Damn, that's some like." What is that kid abstract? You know what I'm saying? But I'm around a lot of dope ones. And when you're painting a basketball court, I was the one giving back to the courts. And part of giving back is making it pretty. And when you're making a court pretty, so at the beginning, when I didn't have the paint sponsorship, I just do lines. It's easy to do lines. You just do the tape, you do the free throw. Yeah. You do the 3-point line.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So it looks nice every time. And then you could just fill in the blank spaces, right? And then, but we want to. But my thing was a basketball art and poetry. If you look at Pinoy Hoops, it's all about. Pinoy Hoops now, to where you guys have seen it, is not as heavy when it got discovered 2014. That's how I kind of brought LeBron, is because back then nobody was posting those kind of pictures. Right. Yeah. And I was one of the first ones. And the ill thing about that is Instagram got its own Instagram where they feature people, like their Instagram's actual page. It's like, I don't know how many 100 million followers they got, but they went and featured my channel.
Nice.
And when they featured my channel, I'm no photographer now, but they loved my shit and featured my shit, and they wrote me beforehand and said, your life's gonna change. We're gonna feature you. Wow. And that, boom, that page went boom, and had all kinds of executives from all over the world tune in. And the ill shit about that is nobody knew that I was Mike Swift, the struggling rapper artist that just failed to fill up Araneta Coliseum and lost mad money. And he's over here fucking finding his ways in that tenement building where LeBron went.
Yeah, nice.
I made alliances with people who ain't got shit like me. Right. You ain't got shit, I ain't got shit. Yeah. But you know what I see that you got? I see that you got this fucking chord they don't care about. And I'm a freaking rapper that fucking did so much for the fucking scene, and now I feel like they don't care about. So let's go. You know what? When I was failing financially in all these organized events, is usually I gotta pay for the venue. I gotta do this. Yeah. So when I seen these people and they were down for me to be their spokesperson and be like, go get it, right? You know, so we don't care. We just blaze it on the side and we playing ball, and then, I decided to, I committed. Not just I committed, because for me to get to that building to where my girl's condo where I live with her is only 15 pesos. That's like not even $1. So for a guy that went under $40,000 a head, but in the Philippines on peso mode, I would have thought how to get that shit if I was in New York. But I'm over there and I got a name and I can't do old stuff. How am I going to come up? With dignity, you know what I'm saying? I did this great big thing in Araneta where Ali and Frazier fought Thriller in Manila.
Yeah.
I booked a hip hop event for the first time, all guts, a little bit of money and down payment, a little bit of loan here, a loan there, optimistic to fill it up. That shit did not fill up. But it was historic. It was 4,000 people went, but it's hard to fill up because that was the first time, and hip hop wasn't that big. And it was one crazy ass. No big companies even tried for me to try. You know what I'm saying? So I did it, and I failed tremendously financially, but historically I was celebrated and respected. So I went to the tenement, and I always had hood love. Like like underground music is what brought me to that tenement. When they saw me walking there, they was like, "What you doing here, man?" Yeah, what? You know what I'm saying? I come from fucking Brooklyn, Coney Island. I lived in Marlboro Projects for 6 years. This shit look just like where I fucking came from. What's good? Let's smoke. Let's play. Oh, y'all some cool ass people. Why Taxi don't take people here? Why they say that every time they come here, they're gonna get robbed, they're gonna get killed, they're gonna get thing. So I kind of turned that whole reputation inside out through the years by doing these events. Because like I said, when you are an organizer, you need a venue. Got the venue right there. This shit look like a Coliseum out of Rome. Yeah. Look like a gladiator fight over here. I love it here, man. And you giving me the key to do this. And then y'all willing to do whatever I want? Act. You ready to act? Put that on. Get your acting on. You ready to do this? All right. Well, what else? I go to the city hall. They want to go and say, then I go to the city hall. I make a stand. Nah. Now we're not into politics. Basically, you never did anything for this place ever. You know what I'm saying? Like. So when we made a name, started making a name for it, we had the leverage for me to go in there. Like what?
Oh, they was calling you out? Like, what's
because
going on
you know
over
what?
there?
Look, put it this way: when LeBron James came to the tenement, the old people there didn't give a shit if it was LeBron James and whoever came to the tenement. That was the first time I was able to bring the mayor of the gig, the place that the mayor of that place where they stand, that they've been trying to go over there because they gave him the vote, and the promise that was made is what they're waiting for. That when LeBron James went there, I finally
the eyes opened up.
Yeah, because the mayor ended up going there, and that was impressive to the old folks of the tenement. That was like, damn, now we can be heard.
Yeah.
And then they wasn't kicked off and kicked out the building that like they planned to and like they were promoted to and that like they were in the media set to happen. And that was that year that I went in there coming, sobbing from the Arenetta.
From the concert,
I'm paying everybody, and I got to answer to everybody. Say, I'll pay you next month, in 2 months, in 6 months, okay, in 7. I just cleared my shit recently, 2 years ago, man, barely, you know what I mean? So it's like that. Those years of coming from where I came from to experience that is, I think that's why God blessed me with the LeBron James, and God blessed me with all these dope ass stories, because He know how you can't just come up from 15 pesos riding a bus like go in there every day, play ball, smoke, and then think of a plan. And then we did an event called Picnic Games, and because of the Instagram Pinoy Hoops, I wanted to segue it there. Because of the Instagram Pinoy Hoops, that I was painting all these courts and giving back lightly before I got discovered by the paint companies and all the big companies. They didn't know that I was that rapper, because that's where I put my hurt, my feelings, my thing. In poetry, I was able to fucking hit on everybody, diss on people, but they didn't know it was me.
Yeah.
So when, I didn't like when they eventually found out it was me, because now I can't even share these feelings in there for that to be a freaking passionate ass place for people to read basketball, see basketball pictures, art, and read some deep fucking shit. I don't be writing deep shit for the last fucking 7-8 years in there, because or whatever amount of years that once they realize that it's me. And that's why I feel like the energy there is like, and then I switched it over to my page where you see my music and everything together, the Mike Swift page. Anyhow, that's on the Instagram section part of, I guess Instagram is also important part of how I was able to bring LeBron, because I was able to do those pictures and
you got the eyes on you. From
and then they saw, and then they were like, you're the person that we need. They didn't know it was the rapper, right? You're the person we need for a big project, 2014, for FIBA, Spain. There's a big commercial that we're doing and we're shooting, and we need this, like writing this page, right? We need you. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know it was Nike at the time. They said, but I knew it was important because the place they wanted to meet was super bougie. I was like, oh, this one's big. Let me check my schedule. Hold on, let me check my schedule. You know I ain't doing shit. But let me check my schedule. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. I'm free tomorrow. I could do that. And it looked like it was an old message and they trying to get me there. So I know they really wanted this page. And that page was really set to do that too, though. It's like, because I felt the energy, that's why I separated and created its own kind of space. And that was the biggest break. I became a Nike influencer. I started paying my debt back. Little by little, I continued the projects in the tenement where they couldn't tear it down just easily. They're getting stronger. Now the people there are doing things on their own, where they putting their plants out, they cleaning the thing. I had the whole neighborhood flipped out. And then all the way down to when you take the taxi, it's no longer, we can't go there. Yeah. We're going to get killed,
robbed or whatever.
Robbed. That place where LeBron James and the painting and the can. And then everybody use it, from television to cable network to everybody just wanted, from Paul George, Jordan Clarkson, like all kinds of underground greats, from Hot Sauce to everybody. Mm-hmm. So all these people that are going in there, I'm that guy. I'm that Mr. Pinoy Hoops guy. Until when Kobe died and we had that big mural that became super big and had its own big ESPN story on it. And I could tell you just a whole few hours on that alone. On the Kobe, that maybe I got to bring me back on a part 2 when I come back to Florida and say this Kobe story is huge, and partly why I'm in America, knocking on Spike Lee's door, which he saw me literally. You know what I'm saying? Running up on him before I went to California. And I'm in that process. I'm going to meet Mike Tyson. That's why it's the Iron Mike USA tour. Mm-hmm. It's so much stories that we could really get into. And I think part of this journey of me getting here is because I feel like, I got a story to tell also. I'm in a Biggie movie. I recorded with Suge Knight. I mean, what human being is doing all these things? And you saying names like LeBron, is that true? Yeah. Is this motherfucker sitting here telling the truth? He better have footage, and I do.
No, you on Don't Blink, all right? You see what I'm saying? And now you on Don't Blink. You in Miami chilling.
That's huge, man. And let me ask you, the tenements over there is basically the projects, right? That's what they call them.
It looks like the projects, but it's actually a building that was given to them in reparations for World War II. And it was given to them downstairs. It was given to them, so they own it. So it's not squatted, it's just been neglected for all the years. And not only is it neglected, it's being hustled by some corrupt
street
gangsters and people that formerly owned it and people that work inside the water company. And for me to say this right now, and y'all put this out and it get in some ears, is also part of the reason why I'm in America watching out and protecting my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching my energy, and because cannabis is looked at as evil, they know I'm a pothead. And in the tenement, it has gotten so strong that we're part of HBO, Netflix.
And you're an outspoken person for them. You're the speaker for the tenement, for the people of your neighborhood. Mm-hmm. That's huge.
And I'm trying to get them water. So that's part of my flight in America, is to help the cannabis to be decriminalized and to help bring water to the tenement, because they sell it. They don't have water in the whole building, and that is just, come on, that's the key. Water, dude.
For sure.
We can't function without no water. So imagine living there. I lived there like, I was there for 7 years doing the whole thing, but I lived there on my everyday life thing for like 7 months. Like, that's where I lived for 7 straight months, where I'm getting it in with the people, and and I figured.
So you one of those people who needed water too?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I know. And I live in the 2nd floor. So what if you're 50-something years old and you live in the 6th floor? There's no elevators there. There's a bumpy road going up there. Yeah. And you gotta shower, you gotta do this, you need food for this, you need to, so you gotta drink, and you gotta buy the water downstairs. Meanwhile, that water is meant to be for them, and that place is so rich. Why is it stay like that? If they need to be evicted, evict them if they need to. I can't stop it if the building's going to collapse like they say, which we all there believe that it won't. But if they say it will, I don't want to be the reason why they're there and then something happens. But while they're there, can you help them have water for now?
But you're talking about, so you're talking about shower water, drinking water, all types of water, or just drinking water?
Every single water got to be put in buckets to go drag it upstairs for you to to have clean water.
Okay, so you need clean
Upstairs.
water. Period. It's not just drinking water. It's shower water. it's
Shower
any
water,
cooking
water,
right?
everything.
Yeah.
Laundry
Yeah.
water, whatever water you need, everything has to go through. There's no running faucet. There's no thing. And I live
you
in the
know-
second floor, so
Yeah.
You know what? God willing, man. Don't Blink got a big network. Hopefully, some people out there watching, we reach out and somebody could do something about that. Because I seen the post on LeBron James says,
it has a hashtag, Dear LeBron.
yeah, dear LeBron, right?
Dear
Yeah,
LeBron.
we're still waiting on that water.
You see that?
yeah, I
when
seen
you
that, I
see,
seen that, I
there you
seen
go. So I want that to thing because you know what? We have 2 years left of our 3 years of GoFundMe with Nike, with LeBron's word that it's still hanging. So I'm going to Portland to speak to Nike. That's why part of my thing is
the
after
journey
Mike
right
Tyson,
now.
I'm going to Portland. Sometimes you see me road to Portland because that's where Nike's at, and I got you know, I guess business to attend in a
Yeah.
little sense, and I have to catch up with them with what I've been doing because I'm a Nike influencer, and at the same time, I'm that kind of loose cannon for Nike that is an inspiration for a lot of work that had happened, but you know, it don't.
Nah, you the memory bank. You the memory bank. They probably forgot. Hey, look. Hey, remember when you told me back then?
No,
yeah, I'm
right
here
now-
to collect. What's
yeah,
up?
And right now, you're the voice for that tenement. You're
For
the
sure.
voice for them people.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
that's what I'm here for. I just want to go up there on some Will Smith Pursuit of Happiness in Portland. If y'all can't hear me on the internet level, if you can't hit me on the phone level, if you can't hit me, I can't wait to go there on the face-to-face level because that's the type of guy I am. I'll get into people's faces and meet them to be able to communicate to see what the possibilities are. And the possibilities are endless if you hit the right note. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So,
For sure. And then fast forward to right now, like you got some new music out right now.
Speaking of right notes, Calendario hit the right one.
You know what I mean?
and
Tell them
so-
about that.
Yeah. Another thing is I've been putting in work with the music side of what I do, which is my passion from the beginning.
Yeah.
So this was the harder part of my. Can you help my friend downstairs? I think he's on the door here. So the music. I'll go straight to the point. I got a song that's titled Calendario. That's 11 million views right now. That's around for 6 months. It's a performance that I did 1 week before I left the Philippines to go on tour. It hit. It banged. 2 days before I left, it was trending. People chasing me in the streets like I was Justin Bieber.
So is that
Nice.
Humbly,
that song?
respectfully.
Is that song in English or it's in Filipino?
I have a translation in English I haven't put out yet,
Okay.
but it's in Filipino.
Nice.
But you
Nice.
understand it because you're Cuban and
Right.
it's in Spanish
Right,
almost.
right,
That
right.
It's titled Calendario.
Yeah, Calendario's calendar.
Yeah.
And a lot of Filipinos' last names are like Hispanic last names.
Plus, is January enero for you?
Yes.
Enero, yeah.
I say in the song Enero, Febrero, Marzo, Abril,
Yeah.
Mayo, Junio,
Is it this
Julio,
one?
Agosto. Yeah, this
This
one.
it right here?
This one is 11,300,000 views today, and probably 400,000 tomorrow.
Yes.
It's growing and growing, and it's a solo performance. And God blessed me with this thing that I've been chasing. Like I said, I've been chasing
From the beginning,
music
yeah.
from the beginning. So.
Damn, perform that right there, bro.
Na pantalon,
Hey.
pag-araw na ng puso, ang pana ay baon.
Hey.
Hindi ako nag-aral, bawal ang sumuko. Pag internet mabagal, nag-aalboruto. Bigla na lang uminit, tayo maglangoy. Gawa tayo ng bonfire, malaking apoy. Punta ka sa gubat, takat sa bundok. Higupin mo, ulap pag nabot mo ang tuktok. Sa araw na ito, naloko din kita. Bakit ka nandito? Sino nag-imbita? Dami ng pagkain nakahain sa mesa. Mas maingay pa kami sa perya sa piyesta. Grabe sa pagod, tara magpahinga. At huwag makalimutan pasalamat sa Ama. Tapos nang repeat after me, Yatu.
Go.
Lumipas ang tanghali, sa oras ng hapunan.
Oras ng hapunan.
Dumungaw na ang buwan.
One.
Tapos na ang umaga, lumipas ang tanghali.
May sarat tanghali.
Sa oras ng hapunan,
Tumbalang hatunan.
dumungaw na ang buwan.
Hey.
Yeah! Umpisa ng pasok, tapos ang bakasyon.
I like that. Don't blink exclusive.
For real. Y'all go check it out. Calendario on YouTube right now.
Yes,
Mike
sir.
Sweat,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
11 million on that, boy.
Gee.
Awesome.
Damn.
And then I did a performance in Hollywood, USA. I did the same performance, But in America this time, and it's cracking to 200,000 in a few days.
Nice.
It's cool.
Nah, it's awesome.
moving.
Streams is going up. You know what I'm saying? Them royalties is calculating. You know what I mean? They're accumulating. You know what I mean?
Hey, you living in California right now? Or you living in
Yeah.
New York?
I've been on the fly, but I say I'm basing in California because of the cannabis movement there is strong, and a lot of people are helping me to fight this shit actually in the Philippines, like legally, and get with lawyers and the party list called Medkin. Party list is the first party list to gather people to make this, to be able, they're just helping out to make this legal. So I'm just helping out.
Right.
I ain't trying to be a nuisance or a distraction. I'm just like, what do you need out of me? Okay, this kind of voice like what I'm doing right now that I could do naturally and easily. So
A lot of Filipinos in LA too, that I'm sure want to help out. Same cause.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. He's rocking and rolling, man.
He's doing his thing.
Yo,
I love
2022, how's it looking like for you?
I always have the same mindset. People just never thought I was hot all those years that I was. But in my mind and in my heart, I was boiling hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
I'm trying to hit the Philippines with you, bro.
let's go, my guy. Let's just wait till the election get passed by,
Let's go.
which I'm doing.
Manny
So,
Manny Pacquiao.
well,
gonna be
if he
president.
wins, it'd be cool for us. You're a fighter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But regardless who wins, for me, I'm going to help out. That's why I don't want to get involved in who's want to win and people are fighting over that. And I'm just like, whoever wins, I'm going to help out.
Now,
so you go there, I got y'all.
Yo, we get
I'm going
a big
with
ass
you.
monster in the tenement. What's up?
That'd be
that's easy. That's love. That's love.
3-second knockout in the tenement.
That's love. You don't be surprised when out of nowhere, like I
Something.
just surprise y'all and they'd be like, damn, Mike did that one for us.
Damn,
man. That's
word,
love.
Mike.
You're the man, Mike.
Yeah,
Hell
man, when
yeah.
I say it, they already know. It's a done deal.
Hey, what was the first art piece that got you started? What was the first court? Where'd you do that at?
Well, that was the first court.
The tenement court was?
No, that was not the first court because I've been doing that before I discovered the tenement. I was already part of a show called Pinoy Hoops in Nat Geo. That's why I was called Mr. Pinoy Hoops. There was a Nat Geo project because I would do the hosting. From rapping, I was discovered to be hosting. From hosting, the best place for that is basketball. For me, that loves basketball, right?
Yeah.
So I go there, and I would explain to you my basketball background is long. Also, Lincoln High School, Stephon Marbury, Isaiah Whitehead, Lance Stevenson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sebastian Telfair. So that's my school, and I made it to JV as a Filipino. That's already a big accomplishment for a shorty Asian like me. You know what I mean? So. But anyway, that's my roots there. So I forgot where I was going with it now.
No, you was hosting at the basketball games.
Hosting NBA 3x3. NBA, nobody's there. Sorry, guys.
It's all good,
I don't
bro.
want to lose my guy.
No, it's all good. You did a TED Talk?
I did a TEDx talk, and that actually explains the whole tenement and how I got LeBron to go there. So, but it's so hard to explain how you get LeBron there. It's a synergy of all those things I said: hip hop love, basketball love, cannabis love, and
love for the
graffiti
tenement.
and art love. Yeah, and people love, and people in general. You can see when you're there, the people are nice. People are nice in there, man. They got the bad break before, and you know what I'm saying. So people got to see how nice they were for all those years. Then COVID hit. The Kobe died. We became huge, and then I left there, and then COVID came, and then I painted the whole building before I got to leave. The whole building, I gave them the whole for all 7 floors, the front, the thing, and
I heard you talking about Nippon. Nippon is a paint company, correct?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
they're the ones that sponsor you for the paint, whatever you need, whatever you want to paint.
Yeah, and I have to show that appreciation for them because can you imagine walking into hoods and you have ability to give back through paint freely? Like if you're just walking out of, like I would go random to a place and be like, hey, like an old lady be there and be like her store looking dingy and stuff like that, and out of nowhere, just out my trunk, we'll whip out and paint on the spot and change her whole lot. Put a big smile.
What do? You reach out to Nippon and they'll just shoot the paint to wherever you're at?
Yeah, they'll deliver it to my crib. They would do it. Depends what I got going on. If I have big giant projects, they'll provide me the exact colors that I want. But usually for the last few years, because COVID hit and it became different style. I used to have to paint like 2-3 courts a week. Now I just paint 3 courts a month.
Yeah.
Minimum. And it's on me if I want to beast mode forward. So my thing is road to 1,000 courts with them. So no matter how long those years, our partnership is there, and I could help paint anything we want. That's why I say I got y'all. My history makers monsters. Don't worry about it. I got a whole. Let's think of something cool, and then you know what I mean, and then switching over, like you said, making basketball courts in metaverse.
Yeah.
Since you see all those courts of what I do, those will be available also as NFTs where people can build their dream courts through the metaverse, through Meta Hoops of what I'm working on. So got my hands on the in the future. I don't want to fall behind, I guess, maybe, or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, you already went through all the like hardship, you know what I'm saying, which is all the experience that you've been able to gain throughout your life, throughout your journey. And that's why now it's like, you know what I'm saying, or it's been actually, not now, it's been like everything has just been opening up as you've been wanting to.
But listen, man, we just met today, but just hearing you out and being here with you, I can feel you got a great spirit, dog. You are here to help, and that's why so many good things have been, coming to you. Obviously, you work to get them things too, but being good and working towards it, everything's coming your way, man. It's awesome. Absolutely.
Appreciate you, man.
That's how I feel about what we do, bruh.
That's it.
That's how I feel about what we do, bro.
We just try to give back too, man.
I want to interview y'all, man. Honestly, man, I said so much about me, and I'm like, I feel like I watch your when you rounded up the year and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I was watching and listening to y'all, and I could relate to that because I'm more like y'all.
Yeah. For sure.
Just like this, we're here in the camera, but you know what we do behind the camera.
Right.
It's a team effort, you know what I'm saying? So I feel for that kind of thing. And for me to see how different your background is, you a fighter, that athlete, and you're a performer, artist that's also versatile, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I heard that you from the Bronx.
Yeah, I was born in the Bronx.
So how'd you end up being in Miami?
All right, we flipping and reversing it. All right, when I was 9, we came over here. You know what I'm saying? My dad moved us from New York to Miami, you know what I'm saying, for a better life, you know what I'm saying? Over there at the 80s.
Dominican.
Yeah, I'm Dominican too. Yeah. I was born in 85, so, New York and at that time, that's what in my childhood, I barely remember doing anything. You know what I'm saying? It was like the lobby of the fucking building and the steps. And that's it.
It gets cold most of the parts of the year. You got 2 months when it get hot. You're in front of the step. You got the hydrants. You turn it on, but you go right back.
Exactly. That's it.
The Bronx is wild, so you don't want the kid, growing up.
No, but we moved.
Steps in the building.
We came over here and we literally moved like 2 blocks, from where we at right now. And when I got there and I saw grass. And I was like, oh shit, like I can go run over there.
Oh, yes, you got a vibe, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. It was like we got a pool, and then that's where I met my dad's best friend, his son, and then it's been my best friend ever since. And we've been here, man.
And you, but you was rapping like through Florida steps of rapping, like you know what I'm saying?
No, first I started as a hype man. First I started as a backup dancer. Yeah. Then I started as a hype man when it comes to musically. But I've always had like my name came from like freestyling. I was in the back of my friend's car going home from school. I was just rapping. He looks back, that shit came out too nice. I was like, what? Damn. I used to be called High Tech, you know what I'm saying? But knowing that there was another High Tech, but I was just like, fuck it, I'm in Miami, who cares? Yeah. And I ain't really doing it for that serious, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Yeah. And then changed the name, and we've been rocking ever since. But yeah, man, it's just it slowly has progressed. Like what I've learned as being a hype man, what I learned as being the backup dancer. Not the main guy, but everything that's happening. You know what I'm saying in the back end. So then when it was time for me to be me, it was like, all right, cool. I come with some experience. So and then we was able to do more.
And now you got a podcast.
That's
like,
you know what I'm saying?
A podcast of the end thing right now going on. I mean,
which was mostly his idea too.
So, Uly, you always, it was your first love fighting?
My first love's always been fighting, but I come from, I'm 40 years old. I come from the streets my whole life. I sold dope, robbed people my whole life. I went to prison at a young age for fighting on the streets. And I always loved fighting. I did amateur fighting and boxing as a kid. And but never got myself to disciplined enough, you know what I mean? I always lacked structure. And at 35 years old, 5 years ago, going on 6 years now, I had this come to God moment. That's what that's what I call it. I believe in God and my mom's prayers. That's why I'm still around from everything I've been through. Yeah. And I had that moment, man, where I'm like, dog, I don't want this no more. I don't want this no more. It's a sad life, bro. You can't trust nobody. Everything's bullshit, and whenever you think you make money, there's people after you for it. So I go, you know what? I want to give fighting a chance, and I started training for fighting. I took a fight like in a month's notice. Yeah. I fought in Dominican Republic. I actually won by knockout, and it was like the biggest rush of life I've ever had in my life. And here I go, almost 6 years to the day. I hold the record for the fastest knockout in combat sports history. Overall, I'm like 18-2. I just fought for a world championship. I lost, but I had an amazing fight against a dude I've been watching fight for 20 years.
Which then we brought him to the podcast.
How you feel today? You ready to go?
I'm ready to go. I fight February 19. Everybody, I fight February 19. I just
40.
I found out my opponent today. I'm fighting Melvin Gillard, another UFC vet. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, much respect to him.
Man, where's the fight?
Down here at the Hard Rock Casino, right at the guitar.
When?
Epic, February 19, man.
Damn, man.
Hey,
you gotta come to that.
Listen, honestly, if you in town, tickets on me, bro. You come in and you vibe.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's bare knuckle fight, no gloves. It's real deal Holyfield.
Man,
taking it back to the Greeks and the Romans.
Good luck, man.
Thank you, man.
I know you're gonna bring it. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Absolutely, that's what we're going for.
And then last question before I kind of bring it back to the flow of other things. Like, how is a fighter and a rapper be together? How did y'all get together in one kind of show?
Great question. So this is how it happened. So I got the 3-second knockout, and we're trying to capitalize off that, figure out how to monetize things, how to do things.
Well, it was before that though.
Well, yeah, So you're right.
Well, because of the team,
this is my team behind the scenes for like my gear, setting up things at my fights, and getting me promos, and getting me sponsors, stuff like that. Two Nice was always with me behind the scenes, helping me out. Then I got the 3-second knockout, and we're trying to figure out how to capitalize off it. I wanted to start a podcast. You know what I mean? I've always been good at speaking. I've always been good at speaking to people, listening. You know what I mean? I know I look one way, but I like to express myself a different way, which opens doors for me. So I tried it out with a couple friends. It went well, but our schedules were off. And then he happened to have bought all this equipment we have right here right now. So and we vibe all the time because we do. We sit down for meetings for what's going to happen for the next fight. So he had this here. We did a little mock one. It went great. And Don't Blink was born, dog.
Yeah. And who was the first podcast you ever saw to even know that there's such thing as podcast? Like,
he loves the podcast. He loves podcasts.
What was the first one that you saw and you say, I can do this? Who inspired you to be like, I can talk and I can share this and I can interview people?
You know what? I would have to go with, I think, Joe Rogan, man.
Joe Rogan, I would assume that. And now Mike Tyson is doing it.
I love Mike Tyson.
And he got a similar story as you, kind of like rough beginnings, and y'all fighting, you in the hood, you're doing hood shit.
Right. And we turned it all around. And another way, in a sense that I like to give back is like when you ask me my story and I give my story, and there's people out there watching, like they're watching your story, like they're listening to his. There's people with hope, dog. We give people hope because it's like, I did shit my whole life for 35 years, bro. Where people don't turn their life after 35 years. You know what I mean? I turned it around. So if you're 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, whatever it may be, there's a chance for you to turn your life around if you ain't doing what you like. If you're working a 9 to 5 and you're sick of this shit, take a chance, man. It's scary. You feel me? Like, it's not easy to be used to some and leave it and say, I'm going to take a chance and do this. But if you stick to it and you stay consistent, first thing I've ever been consistent with in my life is fighting and training. And I left something I've been making money with my whole life. I left it completely, cut it out cold, turned it around. It was scary. I went through broke times. I went through hard times. I slept on couches and I slept in people's room houses and all this. And we made it out. We made it out of there. And now we're in the clear.
God bless you. And now you got this platform, and I'm rocking with y'all.
Got this platform. Besides this platform and the great people that I have around me, man. I met my soon-to-be wife.
Yeah,
she was here. She had to go pick up my
she left already. Yeah,
but I met my soon-to-be wife. Amazing person, and you know what? When you're good, man, good things happen to you. And I got great people around me. And
man, I got last thing. This is gonna be a lesson to all of us, because being good and stuff like that. I was busted with my hair for like for like a long. I don't let my hair grow. I get a season real quick. I own a barbershop. I had. That's another thing that I skipped. That I had a barbershop for 3 years in Brooklyn as a youngin, together with the label.
That's
right.
Huge.
So I'm used to having a haircut, and I asked Mike where I could get a haircut, and he gives me this place, but I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
I forgot the address, so I wrote him an Instagram. I didn't get back, so I ended up going to a different barbershop near where my sister lived, and I was happy to find one before I went here with my suitcase and stuff. Right? So and I was supposed to meet my homie right there, John.
John, what up, boy?
So I go to the barbershop and I sit, and I'm always worried because getting a haircut in different places where a guy that likes it is scary, right? So I'm over here and I'm glad because the barbershop look like, oh, they playing 50. It's a hip hop thing, and this dude, I'm sitting down. So he apparently is from Haiti, and he speaks Spain. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's not French, but he was
Creole.
speaking
Creole.
So he was still new. I couldn't really tell with cutting hair if he was new, but he definitely new to the barbershop. And usually if you're new...
You telling us you wearing a hat right now because they done messed you up?
I'm about to tell you what the lesson. I'll tell you the lesson. This is what the lesson is for all of us. And I don't know what lesson is going to teach, but it's going to teach us some kind of lesson to somebody, right? So I go to the barbershop. I park my suitcase. I go. The person that's gonna welcome you is always gonna be the least busy. Always, if you're new, you're not set appointment. You're a new face, and usually, if they're new, they're the least busiest, and they need to look busy and have clients. I know. I used to be a barber. I used to have a barbershop.
Yeah, you know the game.
I know the game.
The new cats get the walk-ins.
Right. So I walk in. I know he's a new cat, and usually it's like I give him chances and stuff like that. Right. So I go sit in this man's chair. I go, and he starts off, and he looked like he got the...
Yeah.
And you know the concept.
Yeah.
All right, you know the concept. You gonna go around and give me this fade, chopped up the top. He hooks up the whole thing nice. Now I'm feeling good that I went to the right barbershop, right? So I'm chilling, then I go, I say, yo, you can do parts. You know what I'm saying? Do you do like parts? Right, you know what I'm saying? Style, you know what I mean? Like
you told him you want to get the too nice.
The one Mike sent you to was my barbershop.
Yeah.
Oh man, see, but it's all good. So I go here and I go sit in. I'm happy with the fade. It's decent. I come through and he gonna do the part. And while he's doing the part, I'm slacking and I'm not paying attention to the man. 'Cause I already put the trust that he know what he's doing, right?
Yeah.
And he go ask me for a picture. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? That's even better. I don't have to explain because now a picture is going to make things easier.
Yeah.
I put the picture, I whip out a Nas picture. I'm going to want there than Drake or something. Even though it's the same part. But I'm like, the
original one.
And
the
when
little
I used to rock.
little half moon
I rock. Little half moon I rock since the 90s. And I'm known for doing that for Man Lawrence. My little basic thing is like almost like a little check like that.
Yeah.
So here's the lesson, man. And see, some people would just keep the hat on and not even show this, right?
Yeah, you're right.
And when he went and gave me from the half moon, right? And I'm slacking, I'm looking at this and not paying attention to the cut. And I go like this. And I'm looking, and in my first glance, I'm tight, heated. It's like, damn, I'm going to Don't Blink podcast. Cats don't blink watching that thing. My hair better be tight. And I go, and then I look in the mirror, and he did a upside down. He did it upside down.
Look, you put a twirl on it.
This is where the lesson is. Are you the person to get mad and scream and make that guy feel shitty about his first days as a barber?
Or tell him he did the freshest shit ever and just go.
Well, I'm not going to tell him
he's
he did
not
the
gonna
freshest
tell him
shit
nothing.
ever, because I told him, like, dude, this is not what the picture says. This upside down. You see this little thing right here? And I keep it and I could tell the other barbers that work there that are more masters, they're looking at like,
mira lo que le está pasando ahí con Miguelito. Mira lo que le pasa a Miguelito.
this guy's new, because I was the owner's standpoint. So my thing is like, if I could have been easily the person say, yo, man, I'm not paying you for the shit. I mean, that's not what I wanted, and you messing up. I'm going to Don't Blink. I'm a stylish person to do that. I'm a grown, different, positive, outlooking person.
Absolutely.
That I look at it like this. You know what? This dude need a break, man. This dude needs a good lesson today, and say, like, you need to master parts. People from here's the pictures. You know what I mean? Like I taught him game. It's like you need to know. You know how to do the fade, but you need.
I was
variety.
about to say the fade's on point though.
But you need variety of the people, what they want with the styles and the parts for you to go last. So I know it's a good lesson for him because I didn't bark on him.
Yeah.
I kept him and he became my friend. Actually, before I left, I got a new friend, and I guarantee you, next time he cut my hair, I got a blazing haircut. And I'm the type of person that whatever I freaking wear, this shit might be in style next, man. I'm built to set trends, brother. No matter what you put on my head, I am who I am, and this shit grow fast. So for me to be able to be grown up to say I'm gonna build with this man right here. I'm gonna help him, and I'm gonna suck it up for Don't Blink podcast.
You know what I mean?
Because look at the guy look at me. This guy got a half a beard, and this guy is all over the place. I'm in a perfect space, and then I come to look at it, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, you know what? How the hell did they start with the original part anyway? So I'm over here with the upside down. I'm like anybody being an originator.
Originator, right?
But I'm gonna put my hand on.
We're gonna have one of the guests shoot us a picture on our Instagram with the same part. What?
Hell yeah.
Know what I mean?
Look, I'm glad we got the energy that we got right now, Uly.
Absolutely,
I know
man.
we about to finish.
And I rock his hair, but I won't shout out the barbers
Swift.
because they might not
What neighborhood your sister living in? She's in Miami?
My sister's in Parkland, Miami.
Oh, okay.
Parkland, Florida.
Yeah, Parkland's a little north. Yeah.
So
cool.
I came from out there before I took the lift over here this way.
It's all right. The fade is good. You know what I'm saying? The fade is good.
It's great.
It's just the part I slag on instructing him which way to go.
Yeah.
And since he's new, I don't know if he's new in the country. I don't know if he would. I don't know. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really. He might have been new. I could tell he's new in the shop. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
so
but
that's
all
why I
good,
didn't want to
though.
break his heart because I was once in the shop cutting hair. You
But
know
like you said,
for
man,
sure. But that was a good lesson.
Yeah,
though.
and you ain't rip on him. You probably taught him something, and from here on out, he gonna get his shit together.
Yeah.
You know?
Which for that, you gives shows patience. You know what I'm saying? As far as in his part, right? Like to not blow up and it's PVO vibes, baby.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You ready for the Don't Blink competition that we're gonna do?
No, but hold up. Before we do that, man,
I just want to let them know because it's all friendly, but it's a game in here.
Before we go anywhere, I got a question to ask because we asked. This will probably be show 55.
Yeah,
and we ask every guest this question: do you believe in aliens?
I'm an illegal alien. Yeah. I do.
all right.
Yeah, it's big on this show. I since a kid, it's always fascinated me the pyramids and all types of weird shit that's been going on in this world since before us and after us is gonna be.
Yeah.
But yeah, aliens is one of them, man. So we ask every guest if
Have you ever seen anything?
Any UFOs?
I was
in Brooklyn. In Brooklyn, all types of aliens out there, baby.
I know, man.
That's like here in Miami too.
I've been wanting to, man. I've been waiting. I mean, they say things and they
The reason we started that question is because when we started this show, Donald Trump had passed a COVID bill that said that they were going to release all UFO information. They released like some shit that we already know. You know, like you know when you watch these alien shows, you watch them and you're like waiting for some, and the show ends and you're like, shit, I knew everything you just said. They never give you really anything new.
I knew I was into it when I used to buy magazines back then. Just going to like the Ammo magazine stands, and you'd be like the UFO section that got the big and read. I was like, man, I like this. I think this is real, man. And then more and more forward, then you start to realize, man, like look at all the wonders of the world.
Right,
like that.
Right. All the unexplained shit. Another thing, man, I want to ask you before we go is anybody out there watching, man, that wants to follow in the footsteps or is in doing the same thing you do. You got any words for them? Anything encouraging we could tell the people?
I guess just and stay healthy and stay happy. I
like that.
Stay healthy and stay happy, man. It's hard to be happy when you're not really healthy. So just stay healthy and stay happy and be kind. Those things will only land you in the right space, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Healthy, happy, and kind. They can't go wrong.
Damn, I like that.
Mike Swift, man, it's been an honor having you on the show,
sir.
man.
Hey, man,
Thank you so much.
I feel like
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
No, for sure you do.
And listen, man, I ain't bullshit. I'm going to the Philippines with you, bro.
Yeah, I ain't bullshit either, man. Those guys that visited me there, it's like, you know, I got...
I'll fit right into the tenement, dog.
Brandon Vera is my friend. He used to be
Brandon
in UFC.
Vera, yeah, of course I know Brandon Vera. Yeah,
so
killer,
I think
bro.
he trains in Miami, I think, even. He
Does
comes
he?
there
He's
with
a
his
killer.
family.
Love that
so
dude.
that's my
Big
guy.
fan.
Like, he walked out to my song when he fought, the last time he was undefeated was... What's his name? I'll remember later.
Yeah.
But he was UFC.
I'm a huge fan of Brandon Vera, man. He's been fighting UFC for a long time, man. He's a killer.
His 7th fight was with anyway,
we're gonna put it on the show.
It's gonna come later.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you for everybody watching the show, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all.
Hell
Mike
yeah.
Swift in the building. You can find him on what? Mike Swift on Instagram.
I
right?
am Mike Swift.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
I
am.
am MIKESWIFT, and also my Pinoy Hoops.
Yeah.
And then searching YouTube, because I got a lot of Mike Swift videos.
I was actually on YouTube today watching you. That's why I heard you rapping in Filipino.
The TEDx talk.
Yeah.
Watch the TED talk.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
did
watch
the
that.
TED talk.
I didn't even know you. He said that, so I'm gonna watch that today
It
too.
says,
'Cause I'm huge on the TED Talks. I love TED Talks.
How Instagram brought LeBron James to the tenement. That's a title.
Okay.
Instagram brought LeBron James to the tenement,
I'm
and
gonna
I
go-
freestyled half of the. I freestyled like rap.
The TED
The
TEDx?
TED Talks.
Oh, the
I
TED Talk?
rap the TED Talk.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Hey,
I was
everybody
like,
out there, check that out.
da-da-da-da-da, and you'll never get it back the day I turned TEDx Talk into TEDx Rap. Like I did something. I was just doing. I went.
Rex, what's up? You got to be right there? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hey, thank you everybody for watching, man. It's been Don't Blink Podcast. Me and the kid.
Yes.
And pop, don't blink.
I think me and Two Nights got something great going on. We got some great guests coming up. It's gonna be dope. We got some dope people that already signed up to do it with us, which is great. A lot of people show us love, and it's because we love them back for sure.